record on the computer. Oh dear, is it recording? And before I share the screen, oh, I'm a bit dehydrated. I should have brought a glass of water. Tonight's not really going to be a training and such. I did want to talk about Mexico, and it's not just about the fun. I think you could probably see from the photographs and the videos and everything that's been put on Facebook that they're amazing, these conferences. What makes it, you'll hear us when we come back say they're very, very hard to describe, Well, what makes it is the clean, easy people. That's what I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely gorgeous, 5-star luxury. I'm going to share just a few photographs. I'm not going to bore you to death because you've seen tons on Facebook, but I really want to impact on you quite a few things. The first one is you can be at these events, and you can be in Vegas, more importantly, because that is the next one. And remember, there's a spring destination comes up as well. I've got loads of fabby videos for Saturday's training from people who are there. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have got absolutely everybody, but swimming pools and mobile phones and Lynn McDonald don't mix. Alcohol and mobile phones and Lynn McDonald don't mix, and partying and mobile phones and Lynn McDonald don't mix. So I had to take time out from the socialising. So I did go in the pool. You'll be impressed. I'm actually recording people in the pool. I've got the benefit of having this one that holds onto my wrist, but I was terrified that there was going to be an accident. But they've been sharing just a little bit, you know, their excitement, what they feel about the trip. But what I'll do actually, I forgot to mute people. Let's see how I'll mute everybody at once if that's possible. Not sure how to do it, so I'll just quickly mute a couple, just so we didn't get the background noise. We'll take the mute off at the end. I think that's everybody. Maybe not, but I was getting a wee bit background noise there. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the full screen. Now I forgot where I was, but it was the videos that I've got. As I say, going to share them at the Saturday Mexico special training. But the theme is that, I mean, I clearly can see that anybody can be, and there's people that have been in the business less than a year, just in 18 months. So I know that you can go on them. So first of all, just share the screen and just give you a wee insight to how the trip went. But what I really hope I've got, wait a minute, I'm hoping I've got it open. Let me just, I've been so disorganised. Exit full screen. I did have it open, but maybe I closed it down. Right, go back to use. Share screen. Hopefully this is the right one. Yes. What I can hear at the moment is 4 little ninjas running about upstairs. They're like, I've heard the elephants. Right, so before we get started, welcome to the group, welcome to Clean Easy, welcome to the teams. Natalie McGivern, Maya Reid Cox, I hope I'm pronouncing these ones right, Mary Maru, Matthew Docherty, Margaret Sandilands, Eileen McQuarrie and Vanessa Ferguson. And well done, Lindsay Hamilton, and your very first new team member, who Lindsay brought a new team member in fairly quickly after getting started. I don't know the time span, but she's new herself. And congratulations to all our achievers. First welcome award to Natalie McGivern and Stephen Anderson. And the second welcome award to Hazel McPhail. I'm trying not to clap too loud. Oh, there's the other cat there. You needed to get in the show. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. That was a mistake. And the third and final welcome award, well done, Anne-Marie Johnston. Absolutely fantastic. So well done, everybody. And now I just want to talk just for a few moments, maybe more, on Mexico 2017. And as I said at the beginning, you've heard us. I didn't really want to see the cat's bum, you guys. So I've just embarrassed her. These trips are really, really hard to explain. So I thought really to talk about them tonight would be a great idea. Sorry, I'm a bit dishevelled. I've been getting over my jet lag. Because if you're ever going to remember what makes them amazing, it's right after you've came back. And I think, as I said before, it's definitely the people. It's not that you're surrounded with like-minded people. It's the fact that they're positive, and willing to share. It just from start to finish, it is just fun, fun, fun. And this is us getting started. Stephen and Dorothy Hanlon had a ball. Now here's something interesting. As you know, Stephen and Dorothy were pulled out the hat. And Clooney's are putting a lot of things. If you do this, you go into the hat. If you do retail targets, you do sponsoring targets, go for these. Get in the hat, right? It doesn't matter how you qualify. Yep, we want to qualify on league progression or a league table or sales plan progression, but for the first one, just get in the hat and aim for what we're going to show you on Saturday. You're in the hat, that's back up, and then on Saturday, we're all going to be going for it. I want all you guys to be there. But the thing about it, as I say, Stephen and Dorothy were pulled for the hat, but I spoke to Tracy Payne and Harvey Kent. You'll see their video on Saturday, and they got pulled out the hat for retail. Now, who's heard of Tracy Payne and Harvey Kent? Most of us. And if you haven't, I'll share their story on the group. They're a very, very successful couple in the business. They were in India. I think they've been on 5 trips. Now, they got pulled out the hat for the retail because they were high retailers at the time. And that getting to one conference has catapulted their business, and I don't think they've missed one since. This is why you get the opportunity to mingle with the successful people in the business who are dying to share. They all love to share. Jackie wanted to share herself in this photograph because she didn't want to be left out. In fairness, I didn't really know who I was taking a photograph of till later on. I just knew they were Clooney people. So this is the Secrets Hotel on a beautiful Mexican beach. Petals in your tub. Now this tub here, by the way, I had a jacuzzi and my head was just popping over the top. The kids could swim in it. It was like a swimming pool. I nearly drowned. So don't go in. Oh, there's a story there as well. I'll tell you that one at the end about being in the pool. But so first evening here we have lovely Jennifer Sinnott and Sandra Masterton from Ireland, whose businesses are going absolutely fantastic. Again, this is what you get to share with them. That's the surroundings. It'd been possible to show you all the surroundings because it was massive. I kept getting lost. I just attached myself to a girl called Janet, who had an amazing sense of direction and just took me wherever I wanted to go. But the beautiful white sandy beaches, you could go and snorkel with the turtles. Didn't cost you anything to snorkel or scuba dive. Everything was free. They had no Prosecco. Did you like the idea of that, guys? I've seen these guys go, ooh, snorkeling. Real turtles. The videos are going to come of, you know, the actual taking with the turtles. As I say, everything's free. Unfortunately for me, they did not have Prosecco. I was gutted because I had to drink champagne. So there will be a complaint going into Clooney's about that. No, seriously, I got told on the 3rd day they did have Prosecco, but I told them, shh, I prefer champagne. But I mean, as I say, the surroundings are amazing. But I was thinking tonight, before I came on, you know, you could put us in the middle of a big field with a marquee and put everybody that was there with a sun lamp and some fake palm trees, some fake sand, and you would add a bit of free alcohol, and you would still get the same energy because it is a lot to do with the people. This is, I think this is a focus group who dragged me in to the photograph, which to be honest with you, I'm not that keen on getting bikini photographs, so we'll quickly move on. Here we have the lovely Nicole Kaywood, who got herself terribly bumped. But Nikki and Richard, as you know, are doing absolutely amazing. They had 2 of their team there, and that's what's going to make it. I mean, I'm fortunate I've got a lot of team there. Nicole's on my team, but the team and this has been recorded, but the team I would also like there, I have to say also, is you guys. How amazing would it be if everybody who's on these webinars could be on the next event and all the other ones, because that is what makes it. Stephen and Dorothy had an absolute blast. I don't know who took that photograph, but I couldn't find another one with my blue dress. I've got a rather grimacing face, but I think I was saying I'm too hot. It was so hot. And this, I don't know, Mike Bibby here. I'm going to call him Mr. Mike Bibby, the selfie king. I'm actually finding him hilarious, which is not a good thing. I told him I don't photograph well when I'm laughing. And that's a beautiful wife to the right of me, and the Laura Buxton to the left of me there, and our chairman, Mr. John Roshan. Now, I have to point out here, ladies and gentlemen, not our boss. We are our own boss. He's our chairman. He works for us, just like Michael does. And that's absolutely amazing. We are the boss of our own business and our own destiny, and we have wonderful people supporting us. The conference was brilliant. I thought it was one of the best in a long time, because it focused a lot on stories and stories of new people in the business, or people that have been in the business a while, like Deborah Pusey's story. I love Deborah Pusey's story because the business has allowed her to be there for a little boy with his challenges, and look what he's achieved because she could be there with him. Poor Deborah though, very sorry. She isn't a drinker. I can guarantee that fall was not due to the many champagnes that people were indulging, but it was a fantastic conference. Now, this one made me laugh, so we had to get a picture with Bob Webb. With his hat on and his glasses. I wanted a picture of him on, but sneakily me, Adele DiCasio, wanted to sneak in and get a photo too, and so did Janet, because he looked so cool. But you know, we know Bob, and those of you who don't know Bob, no, he's not really a poser. Bob does this for a laugh, and plus he loves the attention. Look at that smile, he's happy as Larry. 3 beautiful women on his arm. Bob's happy. And for those who don't know, Bob Webb is the top earner in Cleaneasy, and he's the only person at, Jane, remind me the title, the top of the pay plan, and he automatically qualifies for all these conferences, and he absolutely loves them. This night, the second evening, we had the night off. We just all went and had the meals, and this little person here, Mr. Lynch, we had spent lots of time with Eamon and the Irish team over there. They love to party, as Jane will tell you. First up and last to go to bed, apart from the last night, because they're going on to Cuba. Absolutely outstanding guy Eamon is. I love him to bits, but what I noticed about Eamon when we were there is Eamon just loves to socialise and mingle and share. I caught him talking to lots of different people. He listened and he shared advice and tips. And this is what I love about these conferences. There wasn't a person there that wasn't happy to share. And there's the Irish guys there with Mr. Bill Black. Bill Black works for compliance. He's worked tirelessly for Cleaneasy for many years. He's been instrumental in my business and instrumental with the move at the moment and everything that's been done. So I think he deserved this wee reward because I don't think Bill's been to many foreign conferences. At least I don't remember seeing him at many. This was the gala night with a wee bit of show. But over here it was more about the talk. Maybe the alcohol a wee bit, just a wee bit, the food and the sharing. In the photograph you've got Stephen and Dorothy. The lady there's Dot McKinnon. She's in the 10 Steps team and Abigail's team, I think. And Janet Lyle's the lady who got pulled out of the hat. See, my job on the conference was to look after the lady who got pulled out of the hat to make sure she wasn't on her own. She got pulled out of the hat for the most front cover products. So I want us to aim on get into gold and going up that league table and doing it by sales plan value. But if we go for everything that's available just to get in as many draws as we can just for backup, I promise you this will catapult. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Dot was pulled out of a hat as well. I'll confirm that to you because I'm in constant communication with them now. So watch these two names. Janet's been in the business a while, and Dot's got a good business, but it's wanting to go forward. Watch their businesses grow since they've been here, and I'll share their stories with you. Don't you worry about that. Wonderful managing director, Mr. Cat Carvey, sparkly tie on. You have to put a sparkly tie on at the end of the gala with these two ladies there. Now, that's look at this. This was just for me, because anybody that knows me, the other thing apart from sparkle I like is colour. And Mexico is full of colour. That was the gala evening. Both our meals were by the pool. And can you believe it? No accidents happened on that occasion. And it was just stunning, stunning, stunning surroundings. This photograph, we were all told to do like that. The kittens are doing that in a minute. Carla Mayers was having kittens because the photographer was standing on the roof to take these pictures. But you'll see these in the pictures at Clooney's release. They may take a week to come. I don't know how long it takes to come up. And here we have Jackie White, who's one of Clooney's top earners, happy to pose and chat to us. And she's happy to do the same when you go to these events. As I say, everybody's happy to share. We have the Selfie King here, and Dot, Johnny Sarah Mackay. I was on the right, yes, the right of Mike and Amanda was Bob Webb, the top earner. People you can share a table with who are willing to share. And now my wee slides have decided to freeze. Just give me a wee second. It wouldn't be a Lynn meeting without them deciding to play me up. Next, try it that way. And finally, this was a beautiful turtle gift that was left for us on the last evening. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? We got left beautiful gifts in India, and they always take me by surprise. I reckon they've done it every year, but you forget. I think because it's just a whirlwind. It's a whirlwind from start to finish. You're up 7, 8 o'clock for breakfast, and I'll promise you, the only time I went back to the room was to get changed to go straight back out, and it was the quicker you could get changed, the better to get back out. So, although this was a fairly short conference in terms of days, it was a long conference because the days were long, and that is why I'm absolutely exhausted. And so what I want to talk about is, I say, it's not really going to be too much your training tonight. I really just want you to grasp that you can be there. And this is the air conditioning. I do beg your pardon. Air conditioning does this to me. But we're going to cover this on Saturday. Again, Saturday is mainly going to be tips and advice for people who were on these trips, and hopefully stuff that you can take away from that. But the one thing that came clear to me is it is about these daily activities, planning and tracking it. I hate to be boring and that you love the videos when you see, please everybody tune in on Saturday, because you'll come along. I know the people in Scotland who can come along if you're close enough, and if you're not close enough, tune in. Because the people who have recorded, just because of the excitement, they've put across in a much more, what I would say, you'll tune into way. But this is the boring part. We put down what our aim is, we record what we achieve, we never miss a day, you keep going, and here's something interesting. Every one of them, especially new people, the people who've been in business a bit longer, talked about slightly different things. But I've got a lot of videos of people who've only been in the business a matter of a year or two or a few years. Here's what came out shining clearly. This is a 90-day plan. don't expect instant gratification. You're not going to get it. Quite often you'll find that you're doing the activities and sometimes nobody responds, and you're doing the activities and nobody even ticks or likes any of your adverts, or you speak to people and nobody joins your team. But what happens eventually is you will get that momentum. It just happens. It cannot fail. You have to put your trust and your belief in me and the people that's going to share stories with you on Saturday, because they're living proof, especially the new people, and especially I will say that I'm not just talking about the people who get pulled out the hat to make that the road for you to go down, because that's like the lottery. Do you know what I mean? You've got a little chance there. But the reason I'm talking about them is because they were pulled out the hat, and that has catapulted them, especially like say Tracy Payne and Harvey Kent, who've promised to do we talk for us, to the next level. And I think they've been on 5 conferences. So we just have to do what we have to do to get there. Speak to me or your gold distributor, preferably your gold upline bonds distributor. Find out what you need to do to generate enough leads. Be patient. Realize that every single one of them are telling you, don't get me wrong, it could be like Laura Harrison. You could put an advert up and get 90 responses and 8 people or 10 or 17 join. But what is reality is most happens is we're doing it every day. And what happens if that doesn't work is because you've missed a day or 2. You've missed a day. And that, I can understand why you might be tempted to do that, because you're putting all this stuff out there and you might not be getting the results you want. But what I do promise you, it cannot fail if you keep going. And I can't wait till Saturday. But that's it. That's the training for tonight. I'm going to just stop the share and just open it up to you guys, and let's chat about it, and let's see who is going to go for Vegas, because just trust me that you can be there. You can be in Vegas. You can take your mute off now.
Thank you,
I better put the light on. Get darker now. I've disappeared. Anybody got any comments? Anybody going for Vegas?
Yes.
Love to.
Yeah.
Right, Lynn, here's one for you.
Right.
Over the last 2 weeks, I have put out there 422 posts advertising for people to join me. Right? Out of that, I have had 8 inquiries and not one joined me.
Right, well that's just exactly what I'm saying, Mary. Trust me, this is where you really...
422.
Yes, trust me. It's the compound effect as well. And if you speak to Heather, that's what Heather was talking to me about tonight when I caught up with her. Heather's been doing the activity tracker for longer than yourself, so she sees a pattern now, and she sees a lot of leads coming in. Like, for example, there was a day where she couldn't do as many activities, and there seemed to be more leads came in the day that she did hardly any activities than the day she said, oh, I think if I stop doing activities, the leads will come in. But obviously she was just joking. What the compound effect means, if you're doing it on a daily basis, they're going out there. Sometimes you can be really lucky and you get the results for that first activities. But what I can promise you, Mary, if you did these activities every day on a daily basis and keep tracking them, this is recorded. I promise you it'll start working for you. And I remember you when you first started that you had the same, it took you a couple of weeks to break that up, didn't it, with the sales? Didn't it?
Yes, it does.
And look at your sales now, women. 13%, your catalogue sales is your lifeblood. Your online's kicking into gear, so just trust me. And when you watch, hopefully you can come along on Saturday. When you watch these videos for the people that have recorded, you'll see it's not just me. It's saying that, and they're sitting there. They've been through what you've been through. And if you remember what Claire Kinsella said, that slide that I put up on the Rhino group. What she did in her first year, what she did in her second year, took to year 3 for it to happen for them. Hopefully it won't take that long for us, because we're going to analyse the results. We're going to listen to her advice. And she said, I was the one that was saying, I've done this and I've not got any results. We've spoke to this amount of people and we've not got any results. So just put your trust in us, is what I'd probably say, Mary, that these figures, I have never known it to fail if somebody genuinely keeps on going. And if you've not read The Compound Effect by Dan Hardy, I'd probably pick up that book or check them on YouTube and look at it, because you can do this. You crack the nut with retail. So you will crack it with this. If you're doing the activities, it will not fail. And I can see my bags. Anybody else? Thanks for that, Mary. That was that. I like questions like that, because is it not true that we all go through phases like this?
Lynn,
Yeah, we're just coming to an end of things like that.
Yeah.
Lynn, if someone's sitting at 10, 15%, or 10 or 13% just now, what do they have to do to get to Vegas?
Right, my answer to that in a short reply would be, and I know it's maybe something they maybe don't believe, I see the activity tracker that we've got there, start using it. I would say speak to at least a minimum of 50, target that 50. But if they stick to the activity tracker, Jane, and you know this, I know you're asking the question and you know the answer, that if they put your activities down, and make they've got to be high, because we're looking to bring in a few people right away. You know, I would probably aim for 2 a week instead of the recommended 1. I don't know if you agree with that, Jane, and you can see that because of the time span. But people who are not at gold get to gold because you can qualify on the league table. There was people there who qualified for gold during that period, got on the league table and were high enough up the league table to get there. So if you're not gold distributor and you're at 13% or even 10%, all you need is 8 people doing 10%. Is my maths right, Jane? 8 people, and it's the activity to me, for me. But again, we'll have a good talk about this on Saturday, because Saturday's sizzle's going to be about how we can all go to Vegas. But to me, it's the activity tracker, doing the activities, doing them every single day, and without fail, and that will eventually generate momentum. Go for no, because that seems to be, everybody loved that training and liked the positive spin in it. So we get that excitement in our team about getting no's, then the yeses will follow. What do you think, Jane?
I was asking.
I know you know the answer in your head. You want me because I've been there. But what's your thoughts on what I've said? Would you agree with that? Just for the, or anything to add to it? Anything to add to it? Because you've been on the trips and you just decided to go.
That's right, but you know, it's sometimes down in your head. If you decide to do it, then it will happen for you. But it's sometimes people don't make that decision. You know, they want to, but sometimes it's because, well, it's like being at school and you really, really, really want to be chosen by the teacher to do something special and read out the book. But you're sitting there pretending, or at least I did, you're sitting there pretending. It doesn't really matter if you don't get chosen, but deep down it does. But what would happen if we actually said, I really, really want to be there. I really want to be there. Jim and I want to be in Las Vegas. We want to be in Las Vegas. We will have to work to get there. It won't come without difficulties. But there again, nothing will. And believe it or not, we bring in people that don't do anything. You know, everybody does. I got a message from a girl the other night who said she was really, really, really excited I haven't heard from her since. Sorry, she disappeared.
Kate Forbes had a cracker last week. He joined and about half an hour later he quit. And then he decided he wasn't quitting, but Kate really wanted him to keep that decision as it was. But fortunately he quit again. You know, you're right, Jane, it's going to happen. But the other thing, I loved what you said there, because that is one thing I did forget to mention. And even the people who were in the hat, they did want to get there and they were going for it, but it's making that decision. It's making that decision. Once you make that decision and believe that you can be there, that's what I want to get across, is believe you can be there. That's why one event takes you to the other, because you've been and you know you can get again. And listen to Tracy Payne's talk on Saturday. Once you make that decision, you believe you can be there, it will happen. And I will be honest with you, after 20 odd years in Clunies, there's more opportunity at the moment for new people who aren't gold. And for everybody, because of the league table's open up to everybody. You just need to get to gold. So go for 2 a week. We'll cover the tracker on Saturday. We'll cover the negative results. But guess what? See the people that were there. The people who were there, they've had thousands of more ads that they posted and got nothing than you have. Sorry to say that, and me, because I do a lot of 3 foot rule and one market, which I'll cover on Saturday as well, because that is a way to get you there fast. They've had thousands of more no's. They've had thousands of more people like Jane just spoke about that she couldn't get a hold of, or the one that Kate got that quit after half an hour. I think it must have been the Welcome to the Rhino group that put them off, I don't know. But if it's going to put them off, let's look for the people who want to do it. But if you, between now and Saturday, or even if it's now, if you've decided now, speak to your upline gold distributor, or Heather, because Heather's not quite gold yet, but I know Heather's team's on, Jim and Jane and Tom and Kate. Tell them that you want it, get that activity tracker out, and it's a 90-day plan minimum for starters for this short-term goal to get you your momentum. But as you know, it's at least a 12-month to 24-month plan, but that's talking about the future events and your future income. You get to Vegas and you'll get to gold and beyond. I mean, it will catapult you. That definitely catapult you. That was a brilliant question as well. Anybody else got anything to say? Who wants to go to Vegas? And if you don't want to say now, that's fine. Let me just scroll down. You can see everybody. Now bear in mind, I'm scrolling down, right? Who wants to go to Vegas?
Me!
Yeah. I'll see you all, Stephen. I'm not seeing everybody, but my video is. So just say, because you're being recorded. No pressure. No pressure whatsoever. If you want to go, then we will go out of our way to help you to be there. Because you want to know something, I'm very fortunate. I do have loads of team there, but they're really, 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 really special. If you guys were there, yeah, I cannot, words cannot describe. One gets emotional. Words cannot describe how that would feel. Having me, Dorothy and Stephen there was amazing. I loved that. And having you guys there would be more special because we're working close, and it would just be amazing. So please, everybody, if you didn't want to do it for yourself, do it for me. Do it for me. I want the boys on the stairs and my Scottish guys like the Irish team. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes.
We can be there. We can do that. We can do this as a team. And then I promise you, tune in on Saturday. If you can get along in person, come along in person. And if you can, get onto the webinar, and let's go to Vegas.
Yeah.
And beyond. And well done, Anne, on your sponsoring spree. Now, before I go, just a quick reminder of next week. I don't know if you remember us talking about doing a wee special webinar where it's your webinar. Now, you don't have to do a training, but if you've made money for the business, it would be lovely if you could prepare, if you're brave enough, a very short testimonial, and I'll tell you the guideline in a wee minute. But what a great idea from Kate tonight, which I can't believe I didn't even think about, which is the reason why it's postponed. One of the reasons why it's postponed to next week is we can invite our prospects on it. Testimonials for new people making money. Don't you think that's a great idea?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know I like noise, folks. So, great idea for Kate. Great idea for Kate. I said, I don't know why I didn't think it myself, but it's probably because of all the flurry disorganisation with Mexico. Which is very short. If you've got a pen, write this down. If not, hopefully you watch the video. I'm seeing some people grabbing their pens, so just pause for a wee minute. So if you're wanting to do a testimonial and you're happy to do one, and you've got all you need is an income story, a background, and a name. Right? Because it doesn't matter what you've earned, whether it's 200 or 300 or 2,000 or 3,000. That's not really. It's the new people we're talking to, in particular for this one. It's not me and Jane and Kate. We're not allowed. It's the new guys. It's all you guys out there. You know, what's your name? Just your name and your background. So Lynn McDonald, housewife, direct sales. When you joined the business, why you joined. Now, we tip here, if we're inviting prospects on, the why you joined is very important, because that quite often can be the part that they so why you joined the business and what you've achieved, i.e. your income. But if that income has made a difference to your life in any way, whether it's small or large, Kirsty Adams' first bonus check paid her first income, paid for, I think it's her first 2 or 3 passports, because she joined to go on holiday. Doesn't matter what it is, it's all important, and that's what attracts people in the business. But more importantly, it helps you to get used to doing webinars for the future. It helps to build your confidence, and it starts you on that road. Now, along with that, if there's anybody, example Anne.
Go on.
Sorry, Anne, darling. You did amazingly well on sponsoring. If you feel confident enough to share just a few tips, and just let us know how you're finding the people, that'd be brilliant. But if you're not, I know you've just said yes to the testimonial, and I'd love to hear that as well. I didn't mean to publicly say this to you, but I've had a wee bit of lack of sleep, so I'm using that as a reason for it. And that goes for anybody. I know Anne-Marie did brilliant in her first period, smashing her bonuses. So anybody, no matter how long you've been in the business, if there's something that you're really good at, Shona, 13%. Fantastic. You know, not everybody who joins the business gets to these levels. In fact, most people, this is what we have to realise, who joins the business don't. And that's why we just look for the people that do. So that's it. Name, background, when you joined, why you joined, and what you've achieved. And all these little achievements that you make like little, and the scale of things, people going to Mexico, you know, people like Chris and Claire on camera going for £10,000 pick. And you want to know what? They're going to get it. And you may think their business is already successful, and of course they're going to get it. But they're earning £3,000 just now. That's a big jump. But you know what? I said this to them, and I mean it. I can see them with that check because they can see themselves with the check. And that's what you need to do. Just see yourself, but do a step at a time. You see every little step as you go up that ladder. Suddenly, as you're climbing, you start to see the view at the top and how you're going to get there. And that's what's happened to Claire and Chris. They've went up. They've went through these 2 or 3 years where they questioned everything, and every lead was a bad lead, and every person that joined quit, and why did we not get this, and why not, and why no. But they kept going while they were questioning it. They didn't stop while they were questioning it. And now they're at 3,000. They're up there. They've had the trophies. They've had the trips. They believe now that they can get that check, and that's what's going to happen. And that can happen to you. All year. I finished by saying there is not one person on these trips that are any different to you guys. Any different. And I think the thing I loved about this trip is the fact that there were new people there, really new people, which gave me an opportunity to know that they're just the same as you guys. They were doing the same things. They were having the same moans. They were having the same growing, the same successes. They were having the same highs, the same lows. But one day the penny drops, and it's when that penny drops, and Jan Rue calls it the aha moment. And the aha moment will only come if you're doing the activities consistently every single day without fail. Forget the results, not important. Go for the no. If you've not read Go for No, read it. If you've not read The Compound Effect, read it. That's the 2 books I've put on the list just now. They're the 2 things in the activity tracker that'll get you to Vegas and beyond. And as you can see, despite the fact I've hardly had any sleep, I'm really, really motivated. And I've been in Clunies 24 years. If a trip can still motivate me, how do you think it's going to feel when it's your very first trip with all of us there together? I think that's going to feel good, folks.
Yep.
It's going to be great. I can't wait. So just before I go, Saturday's training at the lovely Heather in France venue, which is, Jenny, you getting a pen for the address?
Sorry?
I thought you were stretching for a pen for the address, because I don't know off the top of my head. But if you go in the Rhine, what was for your tea?
It's 25 Stanmore Gardens, isn't it, Lynn?
Pardon?
It's 25 Stanmore Gardens, isn't it?
Is that the address? You got a good you got a good Mary memory, is what I was going to say.
It's not 5.
5, is it?
I think is it not 5?
The red.
Yeah.
Yeah. 25 or 5, right?
I think it's 5.
She's not on tonight because she's having to do her duties for the carnival. I think that Fran's heavily involved in it, and they usually go to a gala dinner and stuff, and she missed the last. It's something to do with the float, so she's feeling the need that she has to go and show face, but she did feel she was hoping to sneak away and be on, but she's not made it, bless her. But
It's 5.
Pardon?
It's 5.
It's
5 Stanmore.
Uh-huh.
5.
5.
Stanmore.
Stanmore Gardens, Lanark.
Stanmore, Janet knows as well. Stanmore Gardens. 10. Stanmore Gardens.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5. But that's 5.
5.
Stanmore Gardens.
Gardens.
Yeah.
5 Stanmore Gardens, Lanark. This is going to be fun. What we're doing at the minute is we're generating some energy because the in-house sizzles are fabby, and some of the team have been amazing and offering to open up their household to us. And I'm really looking forward to this. They won't all be in somebody's house. I just find that the in-house sizzles, especially when we've got this energy, we want to go for Vegas. They work really, really well. So I look forward to seeing as many people there on Saturday. If you are turn up in body, don't worry, put it. Hopefully she's got a big garden. That'll be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's a 10:30 start. I'm not sure what I put in the Rhino group, but I think most people psychologically now have got used to the 10:30 start, so we'll stick to that. I did try to change the last one for 10 for 10:30, but poor wee Jane came early thinking it was 10 and everybody else still came late. So it's 10:30 on the dot because we want them, these things, especially as they start to grow. It's important that they start and finish on time so that people can get on with their business. So we'll be doing that on Saturday, and I'm really looking forward to that. Anybody got anything to say before I go, or anything to share?
Well, anybody want to talk to me about weekly planners and activity lists then? If you want to go to Las Vegas and beyond. No?
Yes.
You're asking your team. Speak to your team.
Yes?
We'll catch up with you on the phone tomorrow, Jane.
Not tomorrow.
No? Okay.
That's a Thursday's a busy day.
Thursday's a really busy day. You
What
can,
about Friday then?
you can get half an hour with me. If you want longer, you've had it.
Right.
Friday would be better.
Friday then.
Better, but
Because there's two pianos to be mind with us.
Sorry,
Yes.
I missed it.
I'm
I
just
see there's two pianos to do with us, so better do it Friday then.
Yeah.
Half
Friday,
an hour on beat
better.
longer.
Thank
Friday
you.
really is
my
better.
message Chantel, it is recorded.
Excuse me, sorry. I've been out in hot weather.
I
Friday's
never heard about noise there, James, so I think you're going to have to get onto the rest of Marshall. Bianca, are you going to Vegas?
Yes, we bloody are.
We need somebody to scoop us out of the pool when we've had 2 minutes.
That's right over my birthday, and it'll be our 10-year anniversary that year. So yeah, we're definitely going.
Right, so that's another Tuesday. But listen, see this, I'll tell you what, just before I go, and I'm going to go, because if I don't go, I will keep you on all night, because I think the reason people say it's jet lag, it's no jet lag. I slept like a baby the first 2 nights there, but the more motivated I got, I didn't sleep the second 2 nights. Since I came home, I was going to go and sleep. I went on the laptop and I've still no slept. I've tried to have a couple of bits of sleep today. My brain's going like this. It's no jet lag, it's the business. I know that you guys can be there. And Jane will tell you that when she publicly made an announcement, it was about going to gold, and Stuart Orr shared it with everybody. She said to Jim,
You did?
"We need to go to gold now." we need to do it, and guess what? They've done it. And I think, what, Jane, were your team at the time had fell back to 13 or 15%?
But yes, we weren't that terribly far up the pay plan. I mean, it had gone back down again. And in fact, you had to qualify for gold by period 7. And in period 6,
Less
we turned
time.
over
Sorry, that again separated in.
a really short time. But in period 6, we turned over £4,500. But we hit gold in period 7. And it was done with people, because we knew we had been doing the work and we would get there. We knew that. We knew it.
My battery was dying.
We didn't just believe it though. We knew it. That was the difference.
One period. But then Jane had a bigger start compared with maybe 10 or 13. But that was one period. That was double. That was 4,000 in one period. You've got, I wouldn't say you've got to the end of the year. We need to get to that gold really, really quickly. And promise me, trust me, it can be done. I went to gold in my first full month, 7 weeks in the business. I was gold, 7 weeks. I can tell you how that was done. There's no magic formula. It is following the system, trust me. And Jane did that in less than 7 weeks, 4 weeks. If Jane had continued for 2 months, she would have built a gold business in that time as well. So it's believing it in there, making the decision, and getting that activity plan on tracker started, and no worrying about the results. I hate it when you guys come to me and say, like, Mary, I've done 400. But I know, Mary, if you just keep doing that and keep doing it, and it doesn't hurt your heart, and you don't get the results, and you don't let it affect you, then you will get the results. That's what you trust me with. And I was going to say before I go back, just want to see the kittens, because they're probably getting home soon.
Oh.
Go on then.
I'll go get them then.
Hey, Mary,
Yes, Jane.
speak to Kate. I'm sure you already have, but maybe just a wee change of wording. Looking at the groups that you're putting on and not putting it on too frequently in the same groups, things like that. It might just be something really, really simple.
Well, I
Really?
have spoken to Kate and she said she was going to speak to Lynn.
All right. Okay.
So.
I felt we can have a wee chat on Saturday.
Oh.
Casper. So Casper.
Hiya.
Oh.
And I mean, they're ninjas. They can do everything now. Can you see them?
No. There we go.
It's lovely. That's lovely.
They're beautiful. They're all beautiful. They're using their litter trays, as I say. He's having a wee nose.
It's lovely. It's a
They're all
pretty-
beautiful. And oops, he's not liking it here. He normally, I've trained him to like being in your arms, but he's feared because I brought him down the stairs. He normally like wee kisses and that. And he loves little and Minnie. His name Casper. So that's a really positive note to finish on. Oh, we're going to be sad to see him going. So, see you on Saturday. If you're going to Vegas, make sure you've got that tracker going with your upline gold, you've got your targets in so that we can chat about it on Saturday. We'll have a plan in place on Saturday for everybody to be in Vegas. Just, as I say, if you didn't want a date for you, I want that picture on the stairs somewhere soon. Is that a deal?
Deal.
That's the deal.
Thanks. See you on Saturday. I've missed you all. I'm going to go and try and get some sleep if I can. See you on Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, folks.
Bye.